Hello. If you are here because you were searching up about the number 342 or combinations thereof, and you want to know more about it. Now, from what I have researched and just a short explanation of what the number 342 means is that it has to do with faith and consistency. Now, this video is not intended just to only speak to the definition or meaning of the number combination of 342. The purpose of this video is actually for me to share my experience with number combinations of 2, 3, and 4. I started seeing them back in between the fall and winter of 2019. I came into a life situation where things were happening very fast. I was trying to be organized and plan my life, and my partners as well, to a small degree, because we had ideas about how we wanted things to go, and they got derailed. I was working multiple jobs, paying off significant amount of debt, particularly credit debt, not student loans included, and at that time, and vehicle had went. I didn't want a car payment. My partner helped me to get a vehicle. The agreement was no large purchases unless we were rotating, taking turns. Didn't happen that way. He puts himself in debt. We both leave a job that we weren't satisfied with, that was extremely toxic and stressful. And I jump into more. Work a warehouse job, substitute in the city that I live in. And fortunately enough for me, I was making money every week because I got paid every week too to go with it. But I go into work one day when I'm substituting. I accept the assignment for a gen ed assignment, and I get there. I get blindsided with the fact that I'm being thrown in against what I had signed up for, which was a special ed classroom. Was not happy about it. I was infuriated. But a former teacher that I knew walked through the door, and something in my body's like, get up. Because I'm not really the type of person that try to flex or use my connections, right? I don't just necessarily utilize all of my networking contacts. But in this case, something was like, get out of your comfort zone. Get up. And I did. And I jogged this woman's memory. She remembered who I was. She was with another person, another woman, and I jogged her memory. She asked me what my background was in, what endorsements I held, for teaching. I told her. She gave me her contact information, and I used it. When I tell you I don't know what happened to me that day, all I know is I was seeing angel number combinations 3, 2, and 4 around that time, and I bolted out of that seat, and it hadn't even hit me yet, the significance of the numbers, because I was just going through a lot at that time. Like I said, leaving a toxic job, plans with my partner had been derailed, not against me, but this is his choice at this time. What else? Money funny. Trying to search for stability. But I take this opportunity. Now, mind you, after that day, I go back to subbing in and out of that building that I was in that day, and another one that was within walking distance at my house, even though I drove to. But I get the interview. I'm telling the people hey, what am I going to do? I also go to this other building. I accept a long-term sub there. They're like, If you really want a job in your field, you're going to have to do whatever you got to do to get that job. Put yourself first. Take the advice. I piss off some people. Now I'm waiting on a start date, but I'm still subbing in this building in the meantime. Well, that doesn't work out. Somebody else who has seniority gets my position because they got rifted. I get rifted. Have no start date. What do? I continue to substitute teach as I was advised. But the building that I had stopped subbing in on the promise of getting a job in another building within the same district, they're pissed with me as far as administration. Life is crazy. I'm having dreams. I'm seeing these numbers. I'm trying to check my own sanity, make sure I'm not crazy. I'm telling my partner about it. So it's like I have these numbers appearing to me, but I'm still going through life operating as normal. Okay, that's actually the best thing you can do. Just continue to operate as normal, but follow your gut. Follow your intuition. Trust yourself, though, in that process. Trust yourself enough to know that you will make decisions for your highest good. Okay. So I'm having dreams like, these people are going to stick it to me. Well, I didn't get stuck there at the place that I had left to go pursue a full-time opportunity. I end up somewhere else. That falls through. I'm tripping, but I'm still seeing numbers, combinations, 2, 3, 4. I ended up back in the place that I left to go pursue this full-time slot. They're sticking it to me. People being mean to me, giving me a hard time. I don't owe them no explanation. They don't know my story, but they just want to kick me. I ride it. I already had the prophetic dream that showed me that they was going to kick me before they started kicking me, but I rode the wave. I ignored all of it. I survived it. Still to this day, 4 years later, I'm still seeing this number combination. So I'm saying all this to say that if the number 342 or any of the combinations connected to it have some similar meaning because of the vibration that each number holds, definitely let me know. Like, it foretold that I was going to go through a very difficult time. And I did. And the numbers had nothing to do with anything that I was exercising. I just couldn't believe that I was seeing the numbers. I was in shock. I thought I was crazy. You know what I mean? I'm reading up on the literature that I could. I'm watching the videos that I could. So this video is dedicated to anybody who wants a story, a backstory to it. I know there's other, inspirational angel number speakers or personalities out there. I follow some of them too. But sometimes you're just looking for something in those videos that resonate specifically to you and what you're looking for. And it just continued to be rough. Things was happening to me at an alarming rate. And I was surprised at myself the way I was able to maintain during those crazy and uncertain times. Like, I would say in the 4 years, it has been a beautiful yet treacherous journey. Like, it's just been, like, the waters have been crazy. Okay? It has not been an easy journey. I'm looking back at it and say, I survived all that, but for real. And it has been no easy feat, and I'm still going through it to this day, and I'm still seeing this number. So whatever it is, I know I have grown significantly on a personal and a professional level since seeing this number. But before I got that job that gave me the biggest paycheck that I ever seen in my life, I saw that number every day, multiple times a day, in multiple combinations, and I just started smiling and started saying, man, this thing is deep. And I cried a lot from 2019 till now. I cried a lot. And it's fall of 2023. I've cried a lot. But here's the ironic thing. That job that those numbers kept assuring me that I was going to eventually get, that was going to change my financial conditions, did come. And it upgraded me, but I wouldn't say like it was like, oh wow, we kind of upgrade, but it was nice. It was definitely nice. But as they say, more money, more problems. I had just as many new problems as I did more money. And the kicker of it all is I still continue to see this number. And from where I'm sitting right now, I'm doing things in my life I never would have imagined. For the first time in my life, I have actualized and applied and used talents, God-given talents. Spiritual talents included too, that I never thought I would have ever used. So all of the negativity, all of the pain, all of that. I mean, when I tell you that I got bumped from the job I got hired for, went to another building, position abolished, went back to the building that I left to pursue the solid full-time opportunity. They mistreated me. Then got shuffled out of there and spread out. Every year for that time, I kept moving. And I moved and I had to pack up my stuff and move all around. It was hard on my body. It was hard on my mental. And I had to keep doing it, you know? I had to just keep going through it. I didn't even have time to stop and think about it. I didn't even have time really to process all the raw emotions attached to all of the painful things that was happening to me that I had absolutely no control over at that time. And this went on for 3 years. And now 4 years later, I'm still going through these crazy, wild, tumultuous experiences. This is a tumultuous ride for me. And I have no control over it. Okay? So anybody who is seeing these numbers, whether it's your first number and it's not the number 342, or it's your first time, seeing the numbers and starting to recognize where you are in your life or your current journey, you're on the cusp of something great. Because they'll tell you in any of the literature that these numbers are positive. None of them are negative. Okay? So if you're seeing these numbers, they are serving as a message for you during hard times or times of uncertainty, that you are on the right path and that you are protected, you are guided, and that is the full all-out truth. And I'm still going through stuff to this day that I know there's some people that is in my circle they looking at me like, how are you managing? And I'm looking back at them like, I don't have the answer. So not only will you download and dream up things that will give you the answers and provide you with incredible strength and instructions. My health has changed. My diet has changed. My thinking has changed. Everything about me has changed in ways that I never thought it would have changed. So I'm saying all this to say that you definitely going to be going through something, but you definitely going to be upgraded. And the one thing I could say, and I'm seeing more, I got more numbers than I could count on one hand. And my toes too, for that matter, that I see on a daily. And they all have unique number meanings or significance. And I'm here to tell you, I'm still going through some things in life, but I am reassured. And one thing I just want to point out before I sign off that I don't really see in some of the videos of the people that I follow that talk about this subject is that, or at least I haven't uncovered it and found it, there are people who've been with me my entire life since birth. Or just a little after my birth, a sister or older cousin or somebody that's close to me, a friend, my mother, anybody that's close to me. They are holding the birthdays or dates of some fashion that are connected to numbers I see every day. And I'm talking about in their specific and direct order. When I first started seeing 342, I knew it was the combination of my younger sister's birthday, 324. And that number was coming. It was coming 324 straight. That was one of the numbers I was seeing because I was getting off work 3:15. So I was seeing between 3:15 and 4 o'clock, I was seeing that number twice. And that's what really like blew my mind. And I was seeing it all the way up to 4:32, like even after 4 o'clock, So then that was the third occurrence for me, And there was more too. But these people are holding numbers that are significant to me all around me. And then I started realizing currently, 4 years later, that these people are significant role players in my life, and I am representing the same in theirs. So as I develop and learn more, I'll be sharing more. But I just wanted to throw that out there today. You will be going through times of uncertainty, but keep weathering the storm and just know that you're on the right path. And when you questioning yourself at times of doubt and you worrying, you're going against all that beautiful synchronicity that you are seeing. Have no worry, you are being watched over. Okay? Someone or something loves you. You are highly valued and loved. And let me tell you, I'm currently 4 years later from the start of those numbers is doing something I would have never imagined I'm doing. I came out of my shell and started singing and using my songwriting talent, which there's people who never knew that about me. And I'm in my 30s. And these people been around me my whole life. And they say, what? You're doing what? When did it? And I'm like, all of the turmoil, all the spiritual catalysts that came into my life during those dark periods from 2019 till now, because it wasn't all dark, let me just say, but there was a lot of dark in it. And it moved me. It moved me to apply and share my gifts with the world and help heal others. And it changed my mind. So if you seeing them numbers and you going through something and you on a journey, okay, give in. Give in. Do not swim against the tide or current. Go with the flow. Go with it. And trust that everything that's inside you or the answers are inside you. Okay? Those downloads, you're not crazy. All right? Those dreams, you're not crazy. They are specific to you. Okay? Listen, watch, pay attention, and don't be afraid to follow.